movies. Mutilation, decapitation, torture. Does that sound entertaining? More blood than a blood bank. Have we got your attention?
Welcome back, terrestrials. In this episode, we're doing an old movie, but a new version. Um, it's the Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. Jerry,
Hmm.
what do you grade this movie?
Ah, B, B plus.
I I instinctively want to go A, but I think B plus is probably more of a conservative, fair grade for this movie.
No.
How did you feel about it in general? I mean, obviously, giving it a B plus, you didn't hate it. Um,
Yeah. It was great. I thought they did everything they could possibly do with by making a new Toxie. I felt like the taking him away from trauma,
mhm,
you know, they kind of gave it a new spark. And I feel like it's a good move forward. It's kind of like Hellraiser. Like you when they gave Hellraiser to Disney, Disney's like, oh, we can make a good Hellraiser, and
Hellraiser, that's cool.
Hellraiser,
Yeah.
and and just like this company, uh, or these guys were like, they knew what they wanted to do with the Toxic Avenger, how to make
Hmm.
them different, how to make
Hmm.
them unique, how
Hmm.
to make the story like like feel more like less trauma, more real.
Hmm.
I love the homage pay of trauma. Like
Hmm.
instead of Tromaville, it's what is it? Saint Roma
Hmm.
Village.
Hmm.
And but it all the letters are scratched out to make it look like it's Tromaville.
Hmm.
I love that stuff. Um, I love the little nods, the
Hmm.
little nods they have to the original Toxic Avenger movie.
Hmm.
Um, like blink and you'll miss them, but if you're in the
Yeah.
know, you know. Like, and they hit those marks along with like, you know, the new stuff that they brought to the picture and with the extreme graphic gore, which is
Hmm.
fucking amazing in this movie.
Yep. All
Yeah.
right. So that's
No,
our
yeah,
review of the
yeah,
Toxic.
fucking
um, no, I think you're right. I think this is what you want to see from a remake or a reboot or a
yeah,
reimagining. This is what you want to see. Whoever did this was clearly a fan of the Toxic Avenger
yeah.
movies, clearly a fan of the cartoon, whatever.
Mhm.
However, it came about, they were a fan of this story and they changed it, like you said, to make it more palatable
Right,
to, the masses, but they kept it the same as much as they possibly could.
right.
And so much so that I'm surprised they got away with a lot of
Mhm.
it. I thought it was a really good movie. I'm changing my grade to an A actually because the only thing that I didn't enjoy about this movie, because like everything was so good, and even going in with Dinklage as the Toxic Avenger, I was like, I don't know, man. I feel like they should have got some like big dude. And then
Yeah,
I
but
was
that's your
looking at it,
expectations,
right,
you
and
know?
and then when I watched it, I was like, no, that's perfect. He's
Yeah,
perfect for
he's
this.
perfect
Like it
for
was,
it.
it was they nailed it.
Well,
He nailed it. He's such a
yeah.
good actor. It's
Well,
crazy.
Peter's not in the suit. That's not
Right.
him in
Yeah,
the,
no,
the
I get
makeup and
that,
stuff. That's
but
another
like,
guy.
yeah,
That's another
yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah, I know. They don't do their own stunts in Hollywood. What?
Right.
But he's such a good actor though. Like
Right.
it's crazy. The only thing about this movie I didn't like was the stupid mop. Like the mop just looked not good. It was like I didn't like that it was like stiff and looked like a fireball, and he had it sometimes and he didn't other times. It was like, if that's your weapon, that's like Batman not wearing his belt all the time. Like, you know
Right.
what I mean? Like it just Jason just like carelessly leaving his machete at home before he leaves. Like it's just if that's your calling card, then utilize it. Even if you decide to put it down, like a few times he had it and he like threw it on the ground,
Right.
but then he would have it in the next scene, and I'm just like, all right, that's fine. I'm cool with that. Like just like let me know that he had it because that's
Yeah.
his thing. But that was my only gripe with the movie was just the design of the mop. I didn't really love. But outside of that, everything else about this movie was great. The makeup was great. The story was great. And I think, again, going back to Dinklage, like he sells the storyline
Yeah.
because he's such a good actor.
Yeah.
Um, all the trauma stuff that's in there is wonderful. They pay homage like just randomly in the middle of the movie. There's some boobs for no reason whatsoever. Couldn't be more trauma. Like I said, they got away with so much
Yeah.
homages to trauma that I'm actually shocked that nobody went, no, you're not going to have that type of, brutality in the movie or that type of gore or whatever.
Right.
They upped the bad guys, the punks, like
Yeah.
the
The
ICP.
SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah, yeah, the
That's what
SoundCloud
I got.
rappers. Yeah, yeah,
Like,
the ICP style, like whatever. Like
yeah,
I hated them throughout the movie, but they're so good.
that's what you need and shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Fucking,
exactly. They're just like stupid and annoying. By the end of it, I loved how quickly that singer dude would just shoot somebody.
yeah.
Like there was like no conversation, no nothing. He's just like, man, fuck that, boom. Like,
Yeah.
well, hold on, goddamn. Like the story, we gotta keep the story going. But but yeah, it was yeah. I mean, every aspect of this movie they ramped up, and it really does feel like somebody loved Toxic Avenger and
Right.
said, I want to give this the money and film quality it deserves.
Yeah.
So let me take this from Lloyd and then do what's right by the movie. And
Right.
I think that they accomplished that so well that I hope that they if this is lightning in a bottle, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
If they think that they can do this again, then I'm all for it.
Right.
But if they try to Terrifier 3 it,
And I'm
then let's
afraid of the
not. Yeah. Yeah.
Terrifier
Right. Yeah.
effect, where the
Yeah.
first one is fucking genius and it's
Yeah.
really good, and then the
Yeah.
second one is kind of okay.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's okay.
I'm okay
And
with number 3 as long as it pays off in number 4 or 5 or whatever.
right.
Like,
Right.
but yeah, as long as they can keep this up, which
Mhm.
I mean, they proved themselves with this one.
Right.
Like, I mean, they came out and threw their dick on the table and was like, "We know we nailed this. Watch it."
Yeah.
And I watched it and I was just like, "I'm so impressed by this. Like, it is so much fun to watch." So yeah, I mean, I hope they give number 2 a try, and if it fails, it fails. Thanks for the effort, but you know,
Right. And like you said, with a remake like this, yeah, you got to pay the homage to, the fans that are coming from, trauma. You got to, we have, this and that in there, and it's, you know, it's new, but it's different.
Mhm.
It's the same, but it's a little different.
Mhm.
But also you gotta drag in new fans, and they did that really well with like certain like aspects of the movie
Mhm.
where like because like yeah, a bunch of like kids that have went and saw the Terrifier 3 or Terrifier 2, and they're like, oh yeah, just wait, it's gonna be way more gruesome, and like that whole and they did this in the first movie, in the original Toxic Avenger, where it's at a fucking a fast food joint,
Mhm.
and they're holding people hostage,
Yeah.
and like that everybody's death scene in that is just unique and awesome,
Yeah.
where it's like we have no fear. What are you going to
Right.
do? What are you going to do to us? are you
Yeah.
are you going to give us an R, or do we have to
Right.
say director's cut on the release of this movie and shit,
Right. Yeah.
and so they just go with it and shit, and fucking it's
Mhm.
awesome.
I do think that I think that the like movies like Terrifier definitely opened the book for this
Yeah.
to get out the door because
Yeah.
this was released into theaters.
Mm-hmm.
This would have never been released into
No.
theaters if there wasn't successful gory movies prior.
Straight to
Um,
Tubi, fucking,
yeah, and
or like
it would have,
select theaters in
right.
LA and Las
Yeah,
Vegas
yeah,
and fucking uh Chicago and New York
right.
only.
Yeah.
If you're not there, sucks.
Yeah.
Same thing like the Greasy Strangler. Like
Hmm.
I don't think that shit came to Regal.
No, fuck no. No, absolutely. I don't think it came anywhere in Virginia, honestly.
Yeah,
But
but and then they have like those moments in this movie where like you can see that Terrifier part, with the graphic gore, and I'm loving the fact that we're like, it's okay because it's so over the top, it's cartoony,
yeah,
but it's also fucking brutal as shit, and it's fucking
yeah, yeah,
fun.
yeah,
That it's not like oh, let's make it so cartoony that it looks ridiculous, but
right.
let's make it cartoony enough to where it does. Goddamn, fucking.
This feels a lot like outside of the gore, right? Because the gore is great. They nailed it and they made it like what I imagine Lloyd, if he was willing to spend his money in graphic gore, would
No,
have done.
yeah.
But what this really does feel like is almost a throwback to like the original Batman and the silliness of
Yeah.
the silliness of the villains,
Right.
like their caricatures. Like, you got the baby inside the mask,
Yeah,
like
fucking, it's crazy
the
shit.
fucking Slipknot mask or whatever.
The
Like
chicken
they're
mask,
just these
which is
like
a
yeah,
nod to Poltergeist.
yeah, exactly. So like the the over the topness of the characters and their designs and their acting, it just made it so much more fun. It did remind me of like Batman movies from the 90s
Hmm.
where like the Riddler is just like this joke of the character. Mr. Freeze is a joke of a
Yeah.
character. Like they're just these silly over the top characters.
So
um
everything
but it made
doesn't need to
it
be
it made it
Christopher Nolan's Batman.
huh?
Everything doesn't need to be Christopher Nolan's Batman. Sometimes it's
Right. I
good to,
mean, yeah,
just to have
they're
fun.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I think that that's what this really brought to the table was like, here's a mix of a heartwarming story because this dude is taking care of his like girlfriend's son, not even his kid.
No, it's a stepson. Like the wife passed
But
away.
yeah, but the marriage is gone, so no, it's not.
Yeah.
That kid's an orphan, is what it is. But he's
No.
being a good dude. And so he's taking care of this person's kid. And so like you have this
He's
heartwarming
the dad
story.
that stepped up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. The Oprah channel. But yeah. Uh so he's taking care of this kid and then he's given this cancer, this weird rare disease. I assume it's some form of
Yeah,
cancer.
they made sure to
Um
censor that shit out,
yeah,
which is awesome.
which is awesome too. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That was a lot of
It's
fun.
like, oh, we can
Um
definitely give like plot
and
points and this and that, but hey, you
or
got
no.
imaginations, audience.
Yeah, yeah. What is it
What
to
has he
you?
got? You know?
Um, but yeah, I mean, so like you get this heartwarming story, and then you also get these dramatic characters, and then you also get Elijah Wood dressed like the Penguin for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know.
And that was like the most Penguin-esque character I've ever seen. Like he belonged in Gotham. I don't understand
Yeah.
that design because it was so close to Danny DeVito minus the fat.
Yeah.
But whatever. Elijah Wood did great as well. But
Elijah
you
Wood
have
did
like
great.
yeah,
Kevin Bacon did great too.
yeah,
As
that's true.
fucking
Yeah.
bozo.
I feel like he didn't get a whole lot. You know what I mean? Like I feel
Yeah.
like he could have gotten more, but because I mean, why not use Kevin Bacon if you got him? But he did great for what they did, and it's
Yeah.
kind of, and I do enjoy like famous people's cameos and like small characters in movies. So
Yeah.
that's, I guess I can chalk it up to that. But overall, yeah, I mean the movie was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was so much it was so well done. Like I just I keep coming back to the fact that somebody really loved this movie
Someone really
and
loved the
really like
franchise and,
yeah,
the
and just
character is
had it like
unique.
set out. Now,
Kind of makes me wish that someone like fucking like the Ninja Turtles this much, you know,
yeah, I mean that I've watched that because my
or
daughter likes it.
Spawn.
Well,
Someone like
Spawn's coming.
Spawn,
Spawn's coming. Spawn's
Okay,
coming. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. They're not going to top the 90s movie, but
Yeah,
um
yeah. Fucking,
uh Michael Jai White
I don't
back
think.
for Spawn again. Let's hope so.
Yeah, I
But
mean, he could do it.
yeah, he was great.
Fucking,
And he has a good deep voice too, so it worked well as like Spawn's character. But
yeah, because what's his face is no longer with us, so can't do the voice anymore.
yeah.
The from the
Um
cartoon. That's how I always knew Spawn. Like I saw the movie, but when the
uh,
HBO series Spawn came out, like,
oh,
and I had
okay.
HBO, I was glued to that shit. Fucking, it was
Mm.
awesome. Because I like it was that class. Like if you were a kid in the '90s that liked comic books,
Mhm.
like Spawn was just cool, and like
Spawn was cool because the
yeah,
art was the best.
yeah. Um, but yeah, like back to Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon is actually the reason that it gets a B plus instead of a full blown A, because I don't like, I didn't, I don't want to say like, but I just don't. I didn't like, I guess, fucking what he turned into when he mutated. I think they could have, like, it's like, oh
They
wow,
made
this
him a
turned into
werewolf.
Beauty and the Beast all
Yeah,
of a
they made him a
sudden,
werewolf.
like
That's
they
pretty
could have
whack,
like
but
come back with like a better mutation.
yeah.
I liked her mutation,
Mm.
his mistress or
Yeah,
whatever, fucking,
whatever that relationship was.
or even like the way Elijah Wood looked. Like
Mm.
I was like, that just that looks better. But like when he had, especially like, oh, Krampus showed up in this movie with an axe
Yeah.
and shit. I was just like,
Yeah.
you know what? But
Yeah, I was like, why does this werewolf have horns right now? And why is he
right,
trying to kill people with an axe?
I'm a
But
monster.
yeah, yeah, I guess I mean, I like the idea that the chemical is going to do something different to each person.
Right, the toxic
So you're
waste.
yeah, so you're not going to get the same result. But yeah, you're right. I do think that they could have done something different with
Yeah.
them, but it wasn't enough for me to downgrade it for that.
No, and
Because
also because
oh,
I'm such a fan of the first movie, and
mm,
when we do the first movie next week and shit, fucking, I think we should do them. Just go with the Toxic Avenger. But the Toxic Avenger, the original Toxic Avenger, is just such an A for me, and like I hit it at that right spot, in life where I knew the cartoon. And
right.
obviously, I was a little older, and I was like, "Holy shit! They made a movie of this? Oh,
Mm,
but reversed? Oh, they made
yeah.
a cartoon of this."
They
And
made a
then I
book
watched
out of
it.
this movie.
Yeah, I watched it, and I'm like, "Holy shit! Violence and boobies and fucking like crazy shit like that. Wow, this is awesome. This is like, this
Yeah,
is fucking radical."
we've sat at your house and watched all of the Toxic Avengers.
Yeah,
I like the first one a lot. It's like
2 and 3 can be
2 and 3
sticky.
are yeah, 3 especially is very much like, did this need to happen? Because like the Toxic Avenger is not the point of the movie at that point.
No.
Like it's almost like what Captain Kabuki gets like his own movie essentially, and it's just like
Sergeant, but
Sergeant Kabuki.
that's
Yeah,
well, and then Citizen Toxie. That's Sergeant Kabuki's in that one too,
yeah,
and that's the one where they're the bad versions and the good
yeah,
versions, and it's
yeah.
like those you're getting away from the plot, fucking, you
Yeah,
know.
he's supposed to be a good guy. We don't
Yeah,
need a bad guy
supposed to,
version of the
yeah,
good guy, but
fight off the corporations that are poisoning the
Yeah.
planet and shit. Fucking that's what he is, literally the cooler version of
Of
Captain
Captain
Planet.
Planet. Yeah.
Fucking that's what I
Let's make
always
that
took.
movie.
Yeah,
Let's make that movie hardcore.
Captain
Oh,
Planet, fucking
I
Don
forgot the
Cheadle.
name. Yeah.
Fucking everybody's a tree. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, I just I'm trying to think of anything else that was I like the movie has heart. Like
Yeah.
when he finally gets to see his stepson like do his dance routine and shit. Um, I like when he just puts the tutu on just to cheer him up, because he can tell he's had a bad day and
Yeah.
fucking, but at the same time, he's got devastating news and
Right.
he's doing what he can just as
Right.
like a single parent and
Yeah.
shit and fucking
Yeah.
like those moments are great when we just
Yeah.
get, what was his name? Walter? No.
That's what I meant by like making it more palatable for the mass audience. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're not just he's not just some bullied nerd
Mm-hmm.
because like the original one had more of a Steve Rogers kind of thing,
Yeah. He was a geek
tiny
and
frame geek that is now transformed into a hulking person.
yeah.
This one has more of just a good solid parental figure that something bad happened to, and now he's doing what's right and what's in his heart,
Yeah.
and everybody can appreciate that to some extent. So
Yeah, and I think like because I know there was an end credit. Did you stay for the end credit?
with Lloyd and the long-haired dude talking.
No, that was before the credits had
Oh,
rolled.
okay.
But if you stayed for the whole thing, like Toxic Avenger makes a grilled cheese sandwich.
Hmm.
Don't get it, but I think it's fucking hilarious where he's like, it feels like he's talking to a camera and he's like, making grilled cheese. Um, I think white bread is the best bread for grilled cheese and American cheese and drinking it with milk, and
I
fucking
don't
like,
know that I saw that.
yeah,
It's
but
weird, but I was watching it on a, I wasn't watching it on
yeah,
HBO.
on
So,
a Ripper site. But the the ending of
whoa,
it.
what are you talking about? Video Waste doesn't condone stealing movies.
Oh
What are you
no, no,
talking? Don't
no,
do
yeah,
that.
exactly.
I
Don't
purchased this movie. I just didn't watch the credits, Jerry.
right, but the at the credits it says, Toxie will be back, and
Hmm.
if they do go that way, I would like to see them go in between like the Toxic Avenger, all melted in that glorious makeup. But also, I would like maybe just some human moments, like from the past, you know, like
Okay.
show him with his deceased wife or show him, how he got the job originally. Because I do think Peter Dinklage as a character, before he becomes the Toxic Avenger, is a great character, and I would like to just see that character of him, singing Motorhead and shit, fucking, you know.
So it looks like I don't know what the budget was for this, but it looks like it made 3.4 million.
Yeah.
That's not fantastic.
It's not
Hopefully the
fantastic, but
because
shit, they could.
well that's the thing though, because like the budget felt big, like
Yeah.
or not big, but it got positive reviews and grossed 3.4 million.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so like I don't know. I don't know what was the budget? Toxic Avenger 2025 budget. Oh. Hmm.
Well, I know it was outside sourced.
Oh.
It was like a GoFundMe and shit like that.
Well, it says that it was distributed by Cineverse, had a total combined budget for acquisition and marketing less than 5 million. As part of a unique marketing strategy, the studio utilized portion of its budget to erase 5 million in medical debt in partnership with a nonprofit
Hmm.
undo medical debt. So that's even cooler, man. Like
Yeah.
that's so cool. That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
That's what Toxic Avenger would do.
Damn right.
So this movie, Jerry's gonna give it a low grade, like a B plus. I'm gonna give it an A. Because yeah.
Yeah, keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it. Yeah, it was fucking. Yeah.
I mean, B plus is a fair grade. I think
Right.
I just don't want to hold the Kevin Bacon and the mop against it, even though I
And
didn't
not even
like it.
Kevin Bacon, just
Sometimes,
the makeup that they chose for Kevin
well,
Bacon could have been
yeah,
more elaborate because
yeah,
the way that like the Toxic Avenger looked, it was so awesome. Like
hmm
especially like when they did the glow in the dark goo, and
hmm
then they had that thing growing out of his head and the eye. I like the whole eye thing,
hmm
and yeah,
yeah. I think that yeah, I think it was a great movie. So, is there anything else?
no, no, no. In that case, Jacob, are you disappointed that you did not see this in the theater?
Yeah, I fucked up.
So I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, I fucked up.
Like at first when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, cool," but my expectations were, like,
Yeah,
so I'm definitely disappointed I did not see this in the
we've been
theater.
burned before.
We've
So,
been burned a lot. Fucking, do you want to own a physical copy of this?
yes, I am actively looking now that it's out of all the Walmarts.
Same, same. I would kind of like a big box set with all of them,
I don't know that you're
even
going
the
to get.
cartoon.
Yeah, sure, why not?
You
Like
know,
that's an ask. Let's put the brand new movie with all four of the other movies and the cartoon in one
yeah,
box set, and we'll just call it Jerry's box set because
damn
that's
right.
never going to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be cool. That would be fun to have.
All right. Well, the originals are, but do you see this being cult?
Yeah, actually, because I don't hear anybody talk about this
Not
movie.
right now. I mean, it might, you know, end up being a very cult style movie, but like,
It's hard. It's hard in these cases because like I want it to stay cult because I don't want anybody to see it. I want it to be mine.
I want
But
me to
it
be the only one that
right,
likes his
yeah.
band.
But also it needs more. It needs more. Like it
Hmm.
deserves to be bigger. So hopefully it does blow up so that they
Yeah.
can get money to make more and do more of this debt relief. That's
Right.
awesome. So
Right. Jacob, would you recommend this movie?
absolutely.
I would too. Very highly recommend it. I
Yeah,
think it
yeah, for
has
sure.
all of I would also say that this would be a good Halloween movie because of just
Yeah,
the subject matter of it, you
yeah.
know? So
Yeah. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a good movie.
so if you haven't seen it, go out and watch it.